Hello, time for another version of your Stevia Chef. Now, what we're going to make today, let's see, we've got eggs, we've got Jaja Stevia side, Libby's pumpkin pie mix, or Libby's pure pumpkin mix, I gave it away, and pie crust, organic pie crust. Eggs, salt, milk, almond milk actually. We're going to make a pumpkin pie, especially since this is October right now and it's pumpkin pie season, the start of pumpkin pie season, getting ready for Halloween and getting ready for Thanksgiving. So you'll probably want to make a whole bunch of pumpkin pies. Now these are not too bad as far as calories and carbs, and one of the main reasons is because we've taken away the sugar and we're using Jaja Stevia side instead. As a matter of fact, including the crust, the total calories per serving is going to be 172.50 calories. Yeah, that's kind of high, but that's because of the crust. The total carbs is 18.25. That would be for all you people on Atkins or people who are very concerned about carbs, diabetics, etc. And the total fat is 12.01 grams, and that would be for the people who are counting fat. All right, so the ingredients that we're going to need is 1/2 tablespoon of Jaja Stevia side, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, or you can put in more or less to taste, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 tablespoon of pumpkin pie spice, or you could use 1 teaspoon of ground ginger and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. There's 4 large eggs, and you will use either a 29-ounce can, or you'll use 2 15-ounce cans of pure pumpkin, and 24 ounces of a milk substitute. That would be like coconut or almond or soy milk. In this case today we're going to be using almond milk. Also you want 2 unbaked 9-inch and preferably the deep pie shells, and you'll see why in a little bit. Alright, so let's get started. And the first thing that we're going to do is we will put in the Jaja Stevia side. So we will use 1/2 tablespoon, or should be 1/2 teaspoon, sorry. So we've got 1/2 teaspoon, and we're going to put that into a cup. Now at the same time, what we're going to do is, I want to make sure that everything disperses well. We're going to take this salt, I don't know if you can see this, this is Himalayan salt. And the Himalayan salt, we would be using 1 teaspoon. So we're going to be able to dissolve this. This is kind of rocky salt, but it's a very good flavor salt. Okay, I need a cup here, measuring cup, so we've got that. And now we're going to pour 1 cup of the soy milk, or as much as we can, into the cup here, into the jar. So we can mix this up, because we want everything to, this is going to be what we're going to use for dispersing. Okay, that looks pretty well mixed up there. Kind of mixed up like me. All right, let me set the pie crust aside here. We have defrosted these because frozen ones don't seem to cook as well. Take longer to cook. Okay, so now the next thing is we're going to take the eggs. We're done with the Stevia side, so we can move that out of the way. Take the eggs, 4 eggs. Hazardous work, but do try this at home. Okay, so we've got the 4 eggs, and now we're going to beat the eggs. Ow! Ow! Oh! Ow! The eggs are screaming. Okay, the eggs are beaten, they've surrendered, and now we're going to add in 3 cups of milk. Actually, what we'll do, we'll start with 2 cups. And then if it seems like we need to add more, we'll do that. We don't want to make this too milky. Okay, let's mix those in. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put in the cinnamon. Note to self, make sure that you've got enough wide enough mouth to be able to put it in the bottle. So there's 1/2. And there's 1. Okay, done with the cinnamon. And now take the pumpkin pie spice. And in that goes. Want to do some vanilla because that's a secret ingredient. Make sure that that's all nice and mixed up. And let's do a 1/2 tablespoon of vanilla. Vanilla is a wonderful, wonderful addition, and it just really makes everything taste, brings out a lot of flavors, even in chalk. Okay, so now we'll mix this up, get this all prepared for the pumpkin. You'll notice that the table has been cleaned up a little bit and we put a couple things away. It's not your eyes fooling you, it's actually, we did it. And I'm just mixing this mix very well. We opened up the pumpkin and we took the pumpkin pie, we took the pie crust out of the bag. Now while I'm talking here, hopefully people from Libby's and other canned food or other places that make canned food are going to hear this. Make your cans a little bit more solid like it used to be. I am so sick and tired of every time that I try to open a can using the can opener, the can keeps bending. Second thing, for the people who are making pie crust, can't you do this instead of aluminum pie crust? Do it with a paper pie crust or a cardboard pie crust. Aluminum, the problem using aluminum is it can affect your memory. So that's why you want to avoid aluminum as much as possible. All right, now what we're going to do, got my pet peeves out of the way, we're going to put the pumpkin pie, or the pumpkin into the pie mix. You notice I'm using chopsticks, and that's they're also very good for mixing. If you don't want to use the mixer that I was using. I prefer doing all this by hand, doing the mixing by hand rather than putting it in a blender, food processor blender or something. I'll show you in a second how nice this all is going to blend up. Okay. Spread the chopsticks a little bit. So it's going to take a little bit for it to blend here.